And there it is. Whoa.
Wait for it. What are you
Up at that.
patting?
My hair was just a little.
It doesn't have any product in it this morning?
No, because I'm going to go to the gym. So this is what happens when I brush it when I get out of bed.
Yeah, well, you can make it more wild. You really have like a white man's afro.
Well, I do, but
which is kind of
little...
sexy in a way. Like if I would rock that afro. Like if I really had hair that did that, I would be like one of these people that would have it out like this.
Yeah, but then you're like
a
you're gonna cut that.
Only when it gets like.
No, you. Yeah.
Okay, look, your hair does that thing where it looks like Whitesnake, like a '90s hair metal band.
How could it? It's not even that long.
Because it's reminiscent.
Oh, it just reminds you.
It's reminiscent of a '90s hair band.
And
it also does this like thing where it like balloons. Look, there's things that I'm not allowed to do that I can't do, because you have that with your person where you're attracted to them certain ways, and other ways you're like, I'm still love you, baby. You're still like the apple of my eye, but I don't want to take a bite out of it. Do you ever notice that? So with you, I'm not allowed to have bangs.
Yeah, but after you do bangs, you're like, oh, why'd you let me get bangs?
Hey, look, I like bangs. I'm actually thinking about bangs. Megan, who's my partner in the retreat, that has bangs. And she showed up at the airport, and I was like, who's this supermodel walking down the road? Because the bangs are very LA bangs are. I don't know. People in LA are like, not really.
Every time you've done it, you're like, oh.
But you're like, so you said, not my favorite. I can't get bangs, guys. I'm not allowed to get bangs. I mean, allowed. Okay, I use that term loosely. And also veneers. You put your foot down in the veneer department because you say you don't want me to have chiclets in my mouth. But I someday, guys, I'm gonna be a banged, veneered,
and then regret
old lady,
and you're gonna be like, "Why did I do this?" You're like,
I can't talk right.
Yeah.
Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Paige. Good morning, Derek. How are you on this beautiful hump day? Happy Wednesday. I repeat, do not get bangs. Look, I actually feel like if I did it, I mean, that's not a representation. That's not a fair representation. But like a little bit of something up here, a little bit of this action.
But
I feel like.
But then that's your only choice.
Well, no, because then when you wear it up in a pony,
you still have the same bangs.
Okay, I still have the same hair every day.
No, but you have more choices with it.
Hey, guys. So, what are you doing today? What's exciting and awesome about Wednesday? What are you most looking forward to today? Yeah, what's going on?
They're sleepy.
You're sleepy? Me too. There's nothing beats, though, white pants and a green shirt. I feel very classy when I wear white pants and green shirts. Look, now I'm taller than you. Ooh, snap.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what are we talking about today, Doogie?
Well, as per yesterday, you wanted to discuss seasons, so...
No, just summer.
Oh, just summer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll change it. So, but isn't there a context?
No.
Good morning, Annette. No context. We're just going to talk about summer?
Yeah, the purpose of summer.
Summer.
And then guess what? When it's fall, we'll talk about the purpose of fall, right?
I guess. Well, we'll see if there's any context. Because watch, you won't be able to not put it in context.
Well, we just came off of spring, and we talked about it in another video, how spring was a season of sowing seeds.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about how what sowed you see, okay, are important for laying the foundation. And it's not just like the proverbial, like go to work, go to the meetings, go to the networking, do the things. It's sow a seed of a positive attitude, only speak love and light into what you're trying to bring into existence. So it's your words and your deeds that you sow as the seeds.
Sowing the seeds of love. Who sang that? Let's see if anyone knows that.
And and after we sow I forget. I don't know who it is. Who it is? Okay. Who is it?
You don't remember Sowing the Seeds of Love?
I know the song.
Tears for Fears.
Oh, Tears for Fears.
Is what you were thinking. Tears for Fears.
Okay, so after we sow the seeds, Doug, what happens in we toiled away in the farm.
Yeah.
We got out there at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, and we were farmers in our own lives. And we looked over at our neighbor Bobby, and he's still asleep, and we're like jerk. And we're out there and we're like doing our thing, and we're like sometimes happy to do it, sometimes we're miserable to do it, but we keep sowing and keep sowing and keep sowing. And then summer comes.
Well, then in the summer, you got to take care of your crop, because at first you may not see results, because what happens is after the seeds are sown and so forth, what grows first, the roots or the fruits? And the answer for most of us who are familiar with that kind of thing, it would be the roots. It would be the unseen. And that's where we have to protect the crop. That's why you have to guard our mind, where we have to be sure. That's why we talk about what time you're investing, and are you distracting yourself and going, I'm not getting results, so poo, and then give up. That's when we've got to protect the crop. We've got to nurture the crop. We've got to water the crop. We've got to be sure that we're maintaining the environment such that it can grow in the unseen to then bust through into the seen.
I think what the mistake that we make sometimes is in the spring, we plant the seeds and then we don't anticipate the weeds. Like in our own lives, if we're a gardener, we know that. We're like, oh yeah, weeds gonna come. Weeds are gonna come. Those little annoying animals are gonna come try to eat your strawberries. You know, you build fences up around your garden, right? You put like organic pesticides, you know what I mean? And you do all the things that you need to do. But in our own life, we're like, no, I did all the work. Now I rest. And now I wait for the harvest. And that's not really how it works. So summertime is a time that one of the hardest times to be in. It's the time when you're not seeing any results and you're just maintaining, like Doug said, what you planted. So you're out there actually ripping the weeds up. You're actually out
hey,
there,
why are the weeds growing, but my plant isn't?
You're actually out there. And so, but here's the thing. Some weeds are easy to see, right? You go out in your garden, you're like, oh, there's a weed, and you pluck it up. Other ones are like, is that a weed or a flower? And you don't know, and that's your friendships. You've got some friendships in your life that you're like, is that a weed or a flower? Sometimes they smell sweet, and sometimes they're trying to strangle my oxygen from me, right? And you're going to have to make some tough decisions in summer. There's weeds that you're going to pull up that have been long time kind of, you know it's true. You know, if you're out for something and you have all the people around you that are rallying, right, on your team, that are like, wow, look at you go, great job, wow, you're really putting in hard work. And then you've got the weed, gonna work? I don't know, didn't work last time, doesn't look so good. Or the silent weed that says absolutely nothing, just doesn't congratulate you, doesn't say, wow, awesome. They're like obscurely absent, you know, from your life, and they're talking smack behind your back. You've got to know what's a weed and what's a flower, and you have to be willing to root it up. You have to be willing, and some weeds are easy and some weeds are hard. But I'm going to tell you, when you start to grow, and that's a natural phenomenon where you start to bust through, and other people look at you and start to trigger their own insecurities, their own disbelief in themselves, they're going to try to pull you back down. That is their job, not because they don't, 9 times out of 10, it's an unconscious thing, right? Sometimes it's like really overt, right? It's like, no, get back down here, fool. What are you trying to do? And other times it's like, well, that looks really hard. Are you sure you should do it that way? We talked about that in another video, that discouragement, that covert discouragement. And so you have to be willing to recognize and then pull it up, not be like, I wonder what the weed's going to do if I leave it. If I just leave it, is it going to change its mind, or is it going to keep strangling me? Honey, a weed's going to do what a weed does.
Right.
All right. Because that's what weeds do. That's your Wednesday wisdom.
That just happened.
And that's going to be the still shot. Right? Like, oh, my face freezes up.
Which is
not cute.
No, it's
if
okay.
I had bangs, it'd be really
awkward.
Cute. Awkward. I'm just going to sit like this with my pretend bangs blowing in the wind.
Why don't you don't they make like they make fake bangs. Man buns? Don't they make bang things? Guys,
if you have a hot tip on a very good, because the worst thing in the world is like you get a rug, okay, and it's like $4 on eBay, okay, and then because that's how I like to shop, I'm a thrifter. Be like, how can I get this the cheapest way possible? But those bangs, you know how that's going to be. That's like made out of like
But
doll
yeah, they make
hair from
but
the
they make
60s.
extensions.
And it's like, I know, but
Well,
do
the
they
same
make human hair bangs?
Probably.
Like Remy hair bangs. Okay, I like the Remy hair.
I wouldn't know.
I don't even know what Remy hair is. It's like when Morphe brushes came out, and everybody's like, Morphe, Remy. You don't know about these things.
No,
That's
I
okay.
don't.
You don't need to.
Thankfully, I don't.
Yeah.
All right, so we went over on that live too. So, where season are you in right now? And by the way, one of the things we did chat about on yesterday was the idea that you could be in summer in different areas of your life. So this isn't a global statement about your entire life. This is about where are you in a certain area that you're looking to grow, because you could be in summer in your business right now, but maybe spring or winter or fall in your relationship or in your health or in some areas of your life. Now, there is an element of truth that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So likely they're all sort of intertwined. But when you're in progress, oftentimes the timelines are very different.
Well, let's say that you were in a spring in your relationship, and everything was, you were sowing seeds into your marriage, and you're speaking each other's love languages, and you're doing everything that, you rekindle the romance. You go away to the tent in the woods and do your thing, okay? And then you come back, and then you think, great, sowed the seeds. Now we're good to go for another 6 months or whatever it is, but the weeds are going to come. What are the weeds in your relationship? Your social media is a weed, right? Because it's like we talked about yesterday, it's a time sucker. It also takes attention away from your beloved. Your family members, that every time your husband or wife does something, you call your mom and be like, can you believe it? Can't believe it. Don't involve people in that. You don't turn outside of your marriage to another person that's a friend or a family to vent, because that just skews the view of your beloved. You take it to somebody that can really help you, not somebody who's opinionated, that just like their shit's falling apart, but they're trying to tell you what to do, right?
Well, what'll happen too
Where are
is
you
obviously
taking your stuff?
when you do that, you actually are taking the pollen and all of that of the very weed that you're trying to avoid, and you're bringing it into other areas of your life, which means the roots are going to be of the weeds are going to be growing in your garden as opposed to being pulled.
Yeah, like if your mother's a weed, all right, and then like she's a challenge, you don't go turn to your siblings and enroll the other people, because we're all in this, like that's not going to work, right? So you have to figure out when you're trying to pull up the weeds, like who do you turn to help you? And
pulling up the weeds isn't complaining about the fact that you have weeds. Pulling up the weeds is doing something about it, protecting yourself. So if you have a toxic relationship that you can't avoid, like a family member, you don't sit and bitch and moan and complain about it, because all you're doing is feeding those weeds and nurturing them.
But you have to do something.
You create a boundary. Yes, you create a boundary, you pull it, and then you throw it.
That's what I do is help people either be in relationships with difficult people or get out. All right, great. Is there anything? That's a quick one today. Is this like a Wednesday quickie? Sometimes you need a quickie, guys. Sometimes you need a long, slow one, and sometimes you need a quickie.
Sometimes. So
okay, let me get Elodie.
Okay. We kept that short and sweet. Do you see her? Oh, sorry.
About what? I'm just doing a walk away.
I know, but I'm making sure you're in it. So, thoughts, questions, ideas, comments, we are always welcome. Please email them to us. You can message us here, message us on YouTube, on Facebook. Just be sure that we are still in contact so that we can continue to grow our relationship and support you even more. Who's your friend? What's the baby's name? Who's your friend?
Her.
What's her name?
Lovey McGurk.
Lovey McGurk. Whoa, cool. Do you want to say anything else to your friends?
That's Shirley.
Sorry. I was like, do you want to say anything else to your friends?
Good morning, kids, and I'm going to join you and say hello to my new friend, Lovey McGurk.
She's a very cute baby.
Yeah.
What are we going to do after school today?
We're going to get Stanley Lefting.
Doing what?
We're going to get what, honey?
We're going to get some clothes for them.
Yeah, new outfits for the baby. All right, honey.
Brick tonight.
Is there anything else that you want to say to your friends?
Subscribe to our video and click the subscribe button. It's just red and it has a white thing. It looks like a square. Just click that button and subscribe to our video. If you love who you are, then here you are.
Mwah. We love
We
you.
love you very
And
much.
Heidi pointed out that maybe the way Elavie was first saying it was even more gooder, because I was a bestest in my English class, is that we love you for who you aren't and who you are.
Meaning, we
And
love
with who
just
you
the
are.
way you
Yes,
are.
of course. We
We
say
love
that
you
anyway.
just the way you are, and we share your love with you.
We share your love with you. Yes.
That's
and
right.
love yourself, because that's the most important thing. Hey, Ellie, if you're going to be anybody in the world, who should you be?
Yourself.
Yourself. Correct. All right. Bye-bye.
All right. We love you. Talk to you in a bit.